Hello and welcome. I am Jess Ketmans with Guided by Equus, and I am here with your Horse Wisdom energy forecast for the week of February 24th. Behind me I have Fancy and Noche, who are hard at work eating breakfast this morning. And I've been away for a little while, but I wanted to share my experiences and actually help bring to life a piece that I feel is kind of helping us become, or helping us evolve in, I guess I'll say, who we are. An interesting part of this last week, I went on a ski trip with my family down into Montana. So I was away from my animals, the farm, this work, basically everything. And I noticed something when I came home last night, and I came out here to visit the horses and all of the animals. They very much greeted me with a welcome home. But the feeling I got, I like that everybody's left the picture, is kind of the question that I felt from all of them, like, now what are we going to do? Now where is this going? Because what it feels like that is happening in our lives right now for us is that I'll relate it to Eagle's Wisdom, which is the Horse Wisdom Oracle card for the week of the Horse Wisdom Revelations program. And Eagle's soul wisdom is to nullify, meaning that something that was part of your life that had a lot of resonance, and Dash is here to join me, no longer carries a resonance for you anymore, and there's something new that's coming in, like a new way to take a step in the world. And Noche specifically, and the word acknowledgement I'm getting from Dash, right? And there's that deep breath. When we can acknowledge there's a change coming, or a change for helping us to become, and it just really wants to be acknowledged. And once it's acknowledged, and Dash actually came out before I started this video, and she was barking a lot, and just very excited to see me. And the cows are also sharing their voice this morning. It's like finding our voice and being our expression to the world. Right. And Dasha has a huge smile on her face while she's doing this, and it feels like Noche is supporting this message too. And now she's gone. And so that's what our animals help us with. Part of my experience in the last 2 weeks when I left home was having wild turkeys come across my path and stop me in my tracks. And while I was down in Montana, these turkeys flew up into some trees and nested there for the evening, and the branches were so weighted, but these turkeys found each their spot in this community on these handful of trees together, and it was so interesting to witness. And wild turkey feels like feel free to look it up for yourself, but it's like finding that abundance within us, finding I relate it to the power of our potential. And with that, I'm getting a sense of connection to our solar plexus, or our gut. So our gut instincts that are helping us to take action in the world, and that's instinctual action based on who we are, not who we thought we were, not what the world wants us to be, based on getting to the truth of who we are and speaking that truth and helping it have us move forward in the world. So being able to take that next step, because we can meditate and we can dream and we can desire, but until we find that instinctive action that wants to help us move out into the world, we can't actually embody it. And the piece around embodiment is what the horses are beautiful with helping us at, that when we tap into those intuitive insights, or those intuitive realms, and that realm of spirit and imagination and dreams and desires, then to bring it forward in the world, we have to take an action on it, because otherwise it's just sitting up out here. And a really interesting thing last night around with my family sitting at supper time, we were talking about why you have to take off your hat as a means of respect. And one of my daughters said, well, because when you take off your hat, it then allows you to connect your channel to God. And I laughed and I said, well, that's exactly perfect. Who told you that? And she said, nowhere. That's what it is. And that is perfect, because when we can allow ourselves to connect through what comes into our head, our mind, our imagination, even our intellect too, but then we have to action it out into the world in a way that is authentic to us. And not only is that through our voice, but that's through our actions, because that saying, actions speak louder than words. And when we action it, we actually bring it to life in the world, and we give it a form, and we give ourselves a way to be it. So I hope this makes sense. And I feel like March is very explosive is the word I got, but not like in a fireworks, in like a bursting open that is full of light. And so I don't really know what that means as of yet as to how that's going to show up for us, but I'm really looking forward to being here and sharing more of this wisdom of the horses and the animals and nature in general, to help us connect to what it is that we maybe need to recognize in the world. Because when we can recognize it, then we can it helps us understand it more and understand who we are, and then understand that instinctive action that we feel like taking, but we are doubting ourselves or unsure about, is actually the right one for us. It doesn't mean it's the right one for everybody, but we are not everybody, we are us, and we're unique to ourselves, and we have a voice and a message to share. And there's that deep breath signifying that the message is being sent and maybe received, hopefully loud and clear. So much love to you guys from myself and Noche. And the horses weren't very presentful in this video, but I think, were holding a lot of space for it. Actually, in Fancy last night when I came out, also really wanted to be acknowledged, and she kept butting in front of Noche and asking to be touched, to be connected with, which is unusual for her. So I feel like that's also relevant to this week, is we're connecting to something maybe in a different way, or we're leaving behind our fears of something to help us connect to something in a different or more authentic, embodied way. So much love from myself and the horses, Noche and Fancy, and I look forward to seeing where we bring ourselves and where March brings us. Best to you guys.